Okay, let's trace the pathway of blood flow through the renal vessels, starting at the abdominal aorta. Here is the abdominal aorta right here. Here is the renal artery here, going into the kidney here. And then we have the renal artery again. And we see it branches into the segmental artery. And then we see it goes up here. This is your interlobar artery here. And this is your arcuate artery here. Here is a blow up here of this same section here, this pyramid section of the kidney. And you can see again your interlobar artery here, and then you can see the arcuate artery right here, and then right here we can see a nephron here. So here is your cortex of your kidney here. From here all the way down here is the medulla, where you have your pyramid. Notice you have the same thing here. So here's your cortex. Here is your medulla, where you have your pyramid. Notice that you have your nephron right here. So here's a nephron right here. So here's a whole nephron right here. So we can see these green structures here. Those green structures on this model are the renal corpuscles of the nephrons. So here's again a renal corpuscle. And you can see the Bowman's capsule here, or glomerular capsule right there. And then you see the glomerulus right there. Now, back to our artery now. So interlobar artery here. Then it becomes your arcuate artery right here. And then we can see that it then becomes the cortical radiate artery here. And then we see feeding into the glomerulus now is your afferent arteriole. So this brings us to this model here. So we can see this renal corpuscle area of your nephron is blown up. And we can see over here now your afferent arteriole here that has a larger diameter than the efferent arteriole that is feeding into the glomerulus here. So here's your glomerulus. It's tuft of capillaries here, and this is fenestrated, and we see covering this would be these podocytes, which have filtration slits, which are going to further this filtration of your blood. So you're going to have high hydrostatic pressure that's going to be created here due to the larger diameter of the afferent arteriole coming in and the efferent arteriole is leaving. So this is going to create a higher pressure. So we see that the blood plasma is pushed out. This is what you call glomerular filtration. And then we have the efferent arteriole that's leaving here. And then we have over here on this model, you'll have these capillary beds here. See the capillary beds here? That's associated with this nephron loop here. So we got the proximal convoluted tubule, the loop of Henle. This is your descending limb going down, and going up is your ascending limb. It goes into the thick segment there, and then of course your distal convoluted tubule feeds into collecting duct here. But anyway, we have a capillary network here, and the capillary network just depends on the type of nephron that you have, this capillary network would be either the peritubular capillaries or the vasa recta. That's going to be intertwined and intertangled within the nephron loop. And that's going to be where you have your tubular reabsorption as well as your tubular secretion. Tubular reabsorption is going to be where the contents within the tubule here, the filtrate, is going to be put back into the capillary network, that being the peritubular capillary or vasa recta. So that is called tubular reabsorption. And then tubular secretion is going to be where the unwanted stuff is going to be put into your filtrate to, of course, go into your urine formation, as you see here. So anyway, we got tubular reabsorption where the wanted stuff goes from your tubule network here, that being your proximal convoluted tubule, your descending limb, your ascending limb, your distal convoluted tubule. All that is going to be put back into the blood, the wanted stuff, and then of course your unwanted stuff is going to go from your blood capillaries, that being the peritubular capillaries, the vasa recta, into your filtrate formation, as you see here, your nephron, to form your filtrate. So after we get past the peritubular capillary or vasa recta, we then go to the cortical radiate vein here, and the cortical radiate vein then goes into your arcuate vein, then your interlobar vein, and then we follow this over here, interlobar vein, and then your renal vein, and then here's your renal vein over here, and that goes back up to the heart, to the right side of your heart, your right atrium. And we are complete with the pathway of blood flow through your renal vessels.